Hello to the State of Fitness community that's recording. Yep. I just wanted to touch base, guys, and say what a surprise that we're getting out of this lockdown a little bit earlier. It is Wednesday the 17th, is it? And we're going to be back in the gym tomorrow, which is fantastic. Which is a huge surprise considering our track record under the current administration. But I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about politics because it's a hot topic enough as it is at the moment. But what I do want to go through is kind of what we've been working on over the last kind of 5 days. And to be honest, the lockdown has came at a pretty convenient time for us because we've been working on a lot in the background for kind of improve our client experience. And it's been really, really good just to be able to sit down and kind of nut it out over the last 5 days. So that's what I'm going to go through with you now. So let me share my screen and make sure I can actually do this properly. All right. So the first thing we have the kind of first big announcement, you could say, is Riza. She is going to be coming on part-time to help us out with some administration. She's going to start on March the 1st for about 6 to 8 weeks as part-time. And then as we grow, as things kind of expand, she'll come on full-time and as her kind of role develops. So she's been working for a local solar company for the last 3 years. So it's going to be very, very helpful to have her on board. Like I'm all about outsourcing tasks that I'm not really too passionate about. And so I can grow the business and work on things that's going to help, improve the experience for you guys. So it's going to be very helpful to kind of free up some time in the day when she can tackle some more of the administration. So she will be your first point of contact in regards to, if you're going away, changing sessions around, whatever it may be, and I'll put together a document and I'll send that out to everyone just to be like, right, if these are the questions you have regarding your memberships payments, whatever it may be, please refer to kind of Riza. And then her email is going to be members at stateoffitness.com.au. And then if there's anything else outside of that with your training, nutrition, lifestyle, whatever it may be, you can contact us. And then around that as well, I've got a kind of centralized mobile number now that I'll also send out with this kind of document where everyone can kind of touch base. And then, if you normally train with Scott, I'll kind of refer it out to Scott. I just want one central location for people to kind of put in their queries and things like that, just so we don't have a bunch of numbers and I can kind of track their kind of contact with people. So that will be very, very helpful. And then outside of that, so Riz is coming on board. We're going to have this number, centralized number, and that's going to be really helpful. So we can also message all the clients when things like this pop up. It's just going to be a little bit more seamless for me. And then also we're working on some nutritional content. So let me show you. So first of all, as PTs, we've all been to uni, we've all done those things, but we actually haven't studied kind of a whole degree kind of on nutrition. So we're not qualified to hand out nutritional kind of diets on you need to eat this exact amount and these types of food and then go for it. That's kind of not within our realm. And if anyone kind of needs that, we've got people to kind of refer out to. And then if you've got any other kind of health issues, then that's when a nutritionist is going to come in handy. But for the majority of people who need to kind of work out how many calories they need to consume, either to be in a deficit for weight loss or in a surplus for weight gain, what type of foods to eat, kind of what equates, how many grams of protein works out, meat works out to how many grams of protein and carbs and fats and all those types of things. We're going to give you the tools to kind of work that out yourself and like a pretty seamless process to kind of go through, and then you'll know exactly kind of how much you need to eat, kind of timing wise, and then how you can track it. And then also I'm going to create a spreadsheet where if you want to get involved in this, where you can start tracking and entering your kind of calories and your macronutrients each day. So then we can see it as well. So just a bit more accountability around that. So and I've also, these documents will be a little bit more pretty, but around kind of new, kind of around some education, like what macronutrients are, proteins, fats, carbs. I'm going to be talking about, going into exactly how you can actually work out your macronutrient balance, and then from there, how you get to a deficit or a surplus, depending on your goals. So a bit of education. And then if you need some help with, I don't know what to eat, Dylan, we've made a lot of kind of sample diets where it's like we've got, I think it's going to be 6 or 7 diets based on, from 1,300 calories up to about 3,000, of being like, all right, this is kind of what you should be aiming to eat, or this is just an example of kind of, what this type of nutrition would look like to kind of tick the boxes within the prescribed calories you'll derive from other documents. So there's going to be a lot there. And then also I've had a bunch of these infographics sorted out. Let me actually drag this across from my other screen. So this is going to be a good example for people where it's like, all right, what does 100 grams of uncooked protein kind of equate to in terms of calories, fats, carbs, and proteins? So this is just going to be a good example for people, and then hopefully it'll help being like, all right, if I eat a ribeye steak compared to some chicken breasts, it's actually a significant difference in the kind of calories coming in, which will mean you'll need to burn more, or kind of offset it with somewhere else in your nutrition. So that will be very, very helpful. And then so I've made these for proteins, plant-based proteins, carbs for vegetables, for starches, complex carbs, and then also for kind of fruits as well. So I think that'll be helpful for people. And all of this content, guys, once we've kind of put it all together and made it look nice and pretty, it's going to be in our member portal. So it's just going to be a centralized location for where the members can log in, and there's going to be resources on training, resources on nutrition, sleep, stress management, mobility, stability, whatever it is, just so there's a bunch of education for things where, outside of your sessions is where you're going to really kind of see a significant difference in your health and fitness and rehab and whatever it may be. So we're all about just trying to improve your experience outside the gym, and all these resources will really help to do that if people want to do it and if they adhere to it. So that's kind of ticking the boxes for the nutrition and some content we're making. And also a part of Riz's tasks are going to be, so I've just gone through and changed all the exercises in Team Builder to track, to specifically how we track our exercises. So at the end of each program, everyone's going to start, this won't start for another month, but once we've got the data in the system, based on your current program and your new program, you'll start getting a bit of a program review at the end of the month. So it's just going to be a bit of a highlight and like a visual representation of how you've gone. So this is an example of someone who we've just got kind of 3 data points for each, aside from the bench press where we've got 4, and you can just kind of see his progress. So this is something will be sent out at the end of each program. So I think that's going to be very, very helpful. And just to get some feedback, and then also that kind of triggers on from like a very shortened, condensed questionnaire at the end of each program, just to kind of make sure we're all moving in the right direction. So we've gone through RZA, we've gone through the kind of nutrition. I've been working on a bunch of kind of mobility content, which will be on this portal as well. Where are we? We're down here, which would be good. And yeah, I think it's pretty exciting stuff, guys. I'm pretty pumped about it, and it'll be very, very good to get your feedback. And the good thing about doing this thing myself is I have complete autonomy with kind of how I go about with running the business, and I want to have a huge focus on looking after you guys. So if there's any feedback, anything you want to work on, please let me know, because I'm all about kind of just constantly improving. And if you give me some feedback, even if it's a bit nasty, I promise I will not bite your head off. It's all constructive, and I want to make sure we're all working in the right direction. So that's it for good now, guys, and I will see you back in the gym. Thank you very much, and see ya.